Production support for award-winning News 6 has come from Whirlpool Corporation's Finland Division, working to make your life a little easier. Additional support has come from the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation and from this public television station. Today on News 6, we'll visit a dairy farm, find out how recreational vehicles are made, and get a kid's view on things.
Hi, and welcome to News 6. I'm Tate Tracy from Edgerton Middle School in Edgerton, Ohio. Here with our first story is Melissa Sponsler.
If you ever traveled down County Road 6 in Edgerton, you'll find one of the largest dairy farms in Northwest Ohio. Kerner Dairy Farm is owned and operated by Robert, Marcella, Chris, and Donna Kerner. When we visited, we learned how the farm operates.
Mr. Kerner is one of the owners at the Kerner's Dairy Farm. Mr. Kerner, could you tell us about the farm?
Our farm consists of about 650 acres that we farm, and of those acres we have 350 acres in alfalfa and about 250 acres in corn and 100 acres in wheat generally. And we have about 600 animals on the farm, including the young animals and the milking cows. And these animals eat all of the feed that we produce on this farm. Besides that, we buy some corn and some protein supplement. Now, the animals are housed in what we call a freestall barn, which is an arrangement whereby the cow can go and lie in a stall of her own and be protected from the other cows. And these also keep her much cleaner than she would be otherwise.
This is Leonard Smith, herdsman at the Kerner Farm. What does a herdsman do?
Well, a herdsman is in charge of the cows, and it's broken down into different categories. You take care of the herd health, which includes the veterinarian and the foot care. It also includes the breeding. We do a lot of AI breeding on our cows, and he's in charge of the milking process as well.
How many cows are you milking, and how many times are you milking them daily?
Right now we're milking 260 cows, and we have 30 drag cows, which gives us a total of 290 cows in our milking herd.
How much milk do you get a day?
The herd right now is producing 16,500 pounds of milk a day, which breaks down to about 65 pounds per cow.
Mr. Smith, how do you milk a cow?
Well, we've got a parlor that we milk in. We've got a double 8 herringbone, which we milk 8 cows on each side, and it takes roughly about 10 minutes per side to milk those cows. In that process, you wipe and wash the cows off, and then you dry them off after they're washed off, and then when you're done with that, we put on an automatic milker, which when it is finished will take itself off. Then when the cow is completed, we have what we call teat dip, which we dip each of our cows for sanitation purposes, and then the cow is let out of the parlor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Smith.
You're welcome.
Today's show is being produced by Mrs. Lillian Betts and Mrs. Anita Brandeberry's 6th grade classes at Edgerton Middle School. Edgerton is located about 72 miles west of Toledo, near the Ohio state line. The town was founded in 1836 and named after A.P. Edgerton. The current population is 1,815.
Kids View is a chance for 6th graders to speak out on serious and silly topics. This week's question leans toward the serious.
Today on Kids View, we asked a few Edgerton Middle School students if they could spend a day with anyone in the world, who would it be and why? Here are a few of their answers.
My answer would probably be Kirk Cameron because he's a very successful person.
One person I would like to spend a day with would be Rob Lowe because I think he's cute.
Our answer would be Michael J. Fox.
Because he's cute and funny.
The person I would want to stay a whole day with is Pee Wee Herman because he's weird. The person I'd want to spend the day with is Hulk Hogan because he's World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.
Have you ever ridden down the highway, seen a recreational vehicle, and wondered how and where it was made? Edgerton is the home of the Terry Company, makers of conventional RVs and fifth wheelers. The plant employs just over 130 workers and sells its RVs in 14 states, including Wisconsin, Nebraska, Michigan, and Ohio.
Today we are at the Terry Company in Edgerton, Ohio. They started building recreational vehicles in 1969. Mr. Baker and Mr. Perriman showed us how these are assembled.
This is where we build the frame that the trailer sets on. We build our frames from the ground up. We buy the axles and the tires and the components. We cut all of our steel, weld it all together, put it together as we go across here, pull it in the paint booth and paint it. It's ready to go to the floor department. Okay, basically our trailer is constructed of wood and wood products. We get our wood in the mill, we cut it into lengths. Our saw operators have cut sheets they go by, they write numbers on each one in the department they go to. Right here is an example. These stacks of wood are numbered, the jig is numbered, the employee lays the wood in here and assembles it. And then assembles the cabinet after she gets it all put together. This lady up here puts the paneling on, and it goes on down into the sub-assembly where the doors are put on, stained, gimped, ready to go on the trailer. Okay, the cabinets from the cabinet shop come into the sub-assembly area right here, and they're completely finished here, ready to go on the trailer. The doors, the end panels, the gimp, everything is put on to complete the process. Okay, the frame comes into this department, and the floor is built on the far table. It's insulated on the second table, wired and underbellied on the third table. It's flipped onto the chassis, bolted down, linoleum put on, ready for cabinets to be set on it. The sidewall you see on this trailer here is built on this table. Built on this table, taken down to that stand, and when the trailer comes up, it goes on. It's put onto the trailer, bolted to the floor, and secured to the cabinet. The next department up puts the front and the rear on. In the scaffold up there, the ceiling is put on.
We're in the Cherry Manor, which is the top of the line of the Cherry product line made here in Edgerton, Ohio. The sofa bed in this unit makes a very comfortable bed. Grabbing the front, lifting it down, we have an end panel. That now makes a 54-inch by 76-inch sleeping area. Some of the amenities that are included in the Cherry Manor product include a large porcelain sink, built cutting boards, its own purified drinking water system, the microwave. You all know what a microwave is, right? And a very large refrigerator freezer. Walk-through bathroom with all the amenities. Delta faucets throughout and a full tub. The bed area.
That's all for this week's show. Join us next week when News 6 travels to Newt, Washington, Ohio. That's cool.
Production support for award-winning News 6 has come from Whirlpool Corporation's Finley Division, working to make your life a little easier. Additional support has come from the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation and from this public television station.